I guess
Picking up where we left off. Go ahead.
Business-wise.
Business goal now?
Business goal one now. Well, I really want to focus on my coaching, you know. That's a real passion of mine because I love transforming bodies. I love seeing not only them physically, but mentally, and changing the whole mindset of changing their physique, change their mindset. And I tell people, like, if you can go through this, you can go through anything because it's all in the mind, man. You know, I started in apparel, Skullface apparel, you know, trying to, you know, put motivation quotes on there and just, you know, cool, you know, apparel.
What's one of your quotes?
Well, this is the first one is always grinding, never satisfied.
But I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes I'll see that on Instagram and I feel it, and I'm like, fucking. And it's part of the reason I'm on this interview. I seen your post, and I'm like, this motherfucker's still going at it. Like, and I know this guy since 2003 or about. So it's 2019, and the guy has it. He's like, oh, he's grinding. It's like, I know this guy. I know he means it. And it doesn't have to be just with bodybuilding. Like, just keep grinding, keep moving forward, keep going. You know, a lot of people get satisfied by relationships, by their jobs. You know, by their careers, whatever. You know, they rather just be norm and satisfied and deal with it instead of like, no, I want more. You know, okay, I accomplished that. Let me keep going. So that's kind of the thing. Always grinding. You know, just keep going forward. You know, and like I said, you know, my coaching and my apparel. You know, that's more of my passion right now. The one-on-one. You know, prep coaching or online coaching, however you want to say it. You know. The fitness industry, I don't think I'm gonna grow with it anymore. It's changed a lot. Most people don't see the quality and the value no more. Everybody just thinks about cheap prices, and it's just it's kind of left me a bad taste on that. So, you know, something like this where it's more personal, people are willing to pay, people want to work out and be here. That to me is probably where I'm gonna stay. A mainstream gym, a huge gym like I used to have. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna go in that industry no more. You know, I wanted to add something. I was in Austin, and I signed up for Lifetime Fitness to work out. Now, Lifetime Fitness, you know what those are, right? They're very big gyms, etc. Now, I sat down with the director of training because I was the director of training. I wanted to say, let me see what's up. This slick hat. It was like 2015. It was a pretty girl, whatever. And so sit down with her, and she looks at me in the eye. She goes, you know, here at Lifetime Fitness, we believe people should use the gym. And I remember thinking to myself, like, well, yeah, but I knew where she was getting at, but I thought it was just like so funny that she had to tell me that, like, we've built this gym, this $1 million complex.
More than $1 million.
Yeah, that was, yeah. It's like she goes, so, and she's like, she's basically saying, we built this $1 million complex just so you know, so that people can use it. And it's like, yeah, I figured that. But it's just to add to what we were saying, that some gyms are built in a way, it's not really, they don't really care to use it. Yeah. That's kind of what she was getting at. But so just so you know, that is an industry insider idea, that people that are in the industry know that gyms like that exist without the intention of being used. It sounds funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so now getting into like motivation, you know, everybody has something that drives them. Like, I tell people all the time, you know, Katrina, remember Katrina back in the day? She was told me I had small calves. I tell people all this story all the time. And the next day she goes, I had small calves. And I call my friend Zeph and I said, look, I'm gonna work out here. I feel like a weak little guy, bro. Fucking girls telling me I have small calves. I feel like shit. Started running the next day. I've been training ever since. Now it's 1996. It's like 22 years later, right? Still training. So in a way, what drove me is the insult, the pain, the embarrassment that drove me to, nah, fuck that. No one's gonna think that of me, you know. So my question is this: what is some of the pain that drives you, like a chip on your shoulder, or like a sadness and anger that drives you, and maybe it might even keep others out or make them quit, but it drives you. What drives you? What kind of pain, sadness, chip, if anything?
To be honest, I don't have anything like that. Like it's more of an inner self-satisfaction, you know, that I have. It's.
But what started you? Did anything?
I started lifting out of high school. I mean, I used to be a 115, 120.
Because I'm with you now. Like now, you know, it's a different. Our mindset's changed. Where it's like now, it's about I want to meet the best me. It's different. But when it started, like that little.
Okay, I graduated in '94, and I was a skinny guy. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're so cute, but you're small," you know. So it was a thing with girls too, and you know, self-image, and you know, and that's when I started going to the gym. You know, started hitting the gym. You know, West Coast Fitness Center at the time, local gym, and I kind of liked it. You know, and then I started researching more and. You know, how I improve it, you know, and started incorporating nutrition and training techniques and starting to, you know, seeing results. And I think seeing the results kind of pushed me more. And there used to be a local show. It was called the 3 Hour Classic. And I remember I told, you know, my wife, girlfriend at the time, you know, oh man, you know, I think I can do that. And she's like, well, do you know what to do? I was like, no, but I'll find out, you know. And I did that, and first time on stage, and
did you kind of want to impress Gina a little bit?
No, it was just one of those like, oh, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna do it. Let's see what it's all about. And being on stage and seeing the crowd and seeing the love and stuff like that, and you know what I've accomplished from A to B, my physique wise, that kind of just drove me. And I've been, you know, in that industry since then. You know, bodybuilding and doing shows. You know, so yeah, I mean, you could say maybe just the self-confidence when I was younger kind of got me into the lifting, you know.
Thanks, Jason. Okay, you know what? Next question is, what purchase of $100 or less has made the most positive impact in your life in the last 6 months or in recent memory? Like, so $100, it could be 20, it could be $10 cup or whatever. What do you, in your life, what's made
I think, I mean,
$100 or less?
Well, what I did was, like I said, I hired a professional coach.
Okay.
And I think that's my biggest investment that I did. It's because it got me where I wanted to, you know. So I didn't waste money on things I don't need. And I said, well, I'm going to invest it on something that is going to benefit what my goal is and help me achieve my goal. So I think hiring my coach, you know, was one of the best investments.
And it ties into one of your 3 lessons, support, meaning, and so anyway, for $100, you pay more than $100, obviously, coaching can be more than $100, but what if someone had, hey, you know, $50, could they get an hour with a coach for $50 even? You know
if you had the questions and you had the time, you know, I mean, you can sit with one coach, and a knowledgeable coach, and learn a lot, you know, even getting a program, you know, written out program, you know, like my fees are $175 a month for a 4-week program, which is nutrition, workout program, cardio plan, supplement recommendations, weekly check-ins. So it's a guidance, it's a plan, it's a program. I mean, so to me, it's like that's reasonable. That's something that you want to accomplish. So now you have somebody, the support system to follow you and make changes, and you know. So yeah, I mean, you can, you know.
Coaching. So even if it's $50, someone could do it.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Okay. How has failure or apparent failure set you up for later success? In other words, someone say, "Oh man, he's down, he's out for the count," but you know, he got back up, and it even set you up for success. It set you up. It was a set. Some people thought it was a setback. Joel, he says it was. Some people think it's a setback, but in reality, it was a set up. What failure or potential or seeming failure actually propelled you forward in the end? How has a failure done that for you, if one?
I think it just you know when we closed our doors for UFC 2016, and you know still trying to get into the get my pro card, all that was kind of crashing down on me mentally, but I still told myself, I can do this. I'm gonna do this. You know. So it still gave me a drive. You know, to say, so don't give up. You know, like I said, I didn't give up. You know, I mean, when we closed the doors, I think it was June of 2016, and I was still training hard to get my pro card. You know, and I didn't give up. You know, on that part. You know, so it just gave me. You know, sometimes I see it as I had to do this for me. You know, it wasn't for everybody. You know, I mean, a lot of people, were, hateful or mean, or when I closed the doors. You know, it was, and dealing with that, and dealing with my own thing, and trying to stay focused. You know, but like I said, I just did it for myself, and I didn't let it bring me down, and just kept going forward with it. You know.
Yeah, so you were able, in a way, like, it seems to me from an external position, it seemed like that was one less thing. Even though it hurt, you're like, okay, well, now I can even focus more on bodybuilding? Because it was one big thing that you were managing. It's like, you know what, I can put this aside. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it's not fun. But you know what? At least the bright side of it is now I can do bodybuilding. Is that kind of what you were saying?
Well, I just kept moving forward. You know, I mean, I didn't give up in life and give up in everything. You know, I kept moving forward. So yeah, you know.
If you could have a gigantic billboard, so you have to drive down the street, you see billboards all the time. If you could have a gigantic billboard and with anything written on it, metaphorically speaking or whatever, what would it say and why? It could be a few words, a paragraph, it doesn't matter. So
one of them, if it's fitness related, you know, like I always tell my clients, this consistency is key, you know, for fitness. Just stay with it, you know. Stay with the plan, stay with the, you know, progress is coming, you know, just stick with it, you know. Some people, I think what happens is they jump around too much, you know. They start this program, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they switch to another program, 2 weeks later they switch to another. So they never been consistent, they don't know what's working or not working. So stay consistent, follow the plan, you know, and you will achieve that goal of yours, you know.
I agree fully. Like, meditation is one thing that I picked up in 2014. It's taken me years to even get remotely, and sometimes it's like that's an important thing to me, and it's taken all this time to look back and say, oh, okay, I can see how now I wouldn't give it up. There's days where I get out of my car and I skip a day or something, and I'm just like a little bit more pissy and triggered and just ugh. And now I see, oh, okay, that's because I'm skipping my meditation. But when I first started, I don't think I would have said that. I would have been like, well, you feel good. That's right. But now I can say, I didn't meditate. But it took years to have that connection to be like, I'm off. I'm off because I didn't practice. So that's how I agree with you. Like,
true. Yeah, I'm gonna stay consistent with the plan that you have. You know.
What was one of the best or most worthwhile investments you've ever made? I know you've told me about coaching. You've told me we've kind of gotten since you're an entrepreneur that you've talked a lot about that. But what's one of the biggest, most worthwhile investments? It could be anything, family.
Well, I think a lot of it is just, you know, being my own boss since I opened my gym. You know, I mean, the investment I made in that was a big investment. You know, I mean, we could have crashed and lost everything, you know. It could have failed and we lost everything, you know. But I think that the turnaround and what I got out of it made me who I am too. Also, you know, to shoot for my dreams, keep pushing forward, and you know, accomplish something that not most can do, and you know, and I did it, you know. So I think that was one of the turning point where I changed mentally. I grew up like that, you know, mentally wise, like, you know, thinking about like the aspects of the growth in business and stuff like that. So I think that was one of the best investments that I did that changed me overall. You know,
becoming an entrepreneur and taking the risk on yourself,
yeah.
betting on yourself. That's what I'm hearing, and the way I relate to that, or like Jordan Peterson, he's this very famous guy right now, and he says something very simple. He goes, when you would do something, whether it's cut hair, bodybuilder, border patrol agent, mechanic, whatever, he goes, you see life through this very little crevice, but through that little crevice, the entire world opens up. And a lot of people want to do this and that and that. It's like, but they never commit to this one thing, like something like, this is what I'm for sure. And then life never opens up to them because they never really got to, like you're saying, become who you are, you said.
Yeah.
And you're never going to become who you are because you're consistently never kind of expanding. You're never expanding that which you are. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I heard in what you said.
Yeah, somewhat.
What is an unusual habit or absurd thing that you love? This is a fun one. What's something absurd or fun that you love that people might be looking at like, that guy doesn't. I know you like pancakes, for example.
Well,
like
I got into cosplay, you know.
Cosplay?
Yeah, it's dressing up.
That is unique, very unique.
And going to Comic Cons, and you know, I used to always love Halloween, so I would always dress up for Halloween. And I've heard about Comic Cons, I just never went to one. And so the first one was maybe about 4 years ago. You know, a local Comic Con, South Texas Comic Con here, and I went as Wolverine, and the vibe and the love and the support of these people, man, it was awesome. So I kind of fell in love with that. So every year
I'm coming with bigger and better cost plays, you know.
Like, what are some of your key ones that you? I remember the Hulk. I remember the Predator.
I've done the Predator.
I remember you were really mad when you didn't win that contest at Halloween. Like, because you had everybody was taking pictures with him and you were posing.
I put so much time and effort on that.
He was planning this for like 3 months or something. But anyway, so what's some of your favorite, best top 3, or which ones?
Well, the most recent one I did a Drax, the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. I've done Wolverine. I've done. I even did a.
Wolverine's one of your most notable ones.
And then I did a.
I want to give you
Ghost Rider. I've done Tron. I've done the Predator. I did a 300. General. So I've done a little bit of and I try to use my physique, to that costume play. So
it adds a little element of more realism. Okay. What advice would you give a smart, driven college student about to enter the real world, and what advice should they ignore? And then we've gone to that a little bit already, but what advice would you give a smart college student?
I think just have your mindset right, set your goal, and go for it. Don't worry about negativity. Don't worry about people telling you it's gonna fail. Just have that passion and drive, and just do what you want to do. I think a lot of people always telling you what to do and do this instead of do that. Oh, that's going to be hard to get in. That's school. It's going to be hard for you to do that profession. It's going to no. If that's what your passion and that's what you really want to do, fucking do it, man.
Yeah, I think, and that's what I've noticed too, is that people don't realize, like, dude, passion is a very rare commodity to an extent. Like, if you follow your advice, like support, never quitting, and you have a plan, right? That's some of your. It's like people don't understand. Like, no, that really puts you in a position of leverage if you obsess about it and you're about it, because not everybody has that. Like that little like a diamond in their head. Like, nah, you're not gonna fuck with this, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, not everybody has that. So people that do, they're naturally gonna go to the top 20%. You're already the top 20% because you think like that. So thank you for that. This was for college students. And what are some bad recommendations you hear? And what should they ignore? Just ignore the negativity you were saying?
I think the negativity and somebody telling you what you should do. A lot of people tell you, oh no, why you get in that profession? It's hard to get in, or there's so much work, or oh, that's more school you got to do. And it's like, it's not their fucking life. It's your life. Like, you do what you want to do. And you're passionate about it, and they get the drive. Just do you, man. Like, do you, man.
I got you. What's a bad recommendation you hear in your profession or area of expertise? What's a bad recommendation that you're hearing in your profession or area of expertise? What's bad advice? Bad recommendation.
Right now, is everybody wants the selling, the key product. Take this and lose 20 pounds. Take this and do this. Drink this and do that. But they don't tell you like the work that it has to put into it. So I think a lot of it is just the misguidance of thinking of, if I take this pill, or if I take this drink, or if I take the detox, or it's like, it's not gonna work if you don't want to change your lifestyle, change into your mindset of what you're trying to do, and get into a good program. It's not going to change at all.
What are some supplements, by the way, this is just an extra, what are some supplements that you do take top 5? Top 3 to 5?
What I always tell people is food is key. If you can't eat food all the time, and you're trying to get into that, then protein shakes are good. Your multivitamins, even though you get your vegetables and fruits and stuff, I think multivitamins are key. Good fats, CLAs, and then if you need a good pre-workout, just make sure you read the pre-workout. A lot of these pre-workouts are blends, high caffeine, don't have the real good products. Read the ingredients it has in a pre-workout. That's kind of based what the keys that I always tell my clients to get on. They're not. You don't need a lot. Just eat. Food is key most of the time.
Okay, so last one. When you feel overwhelmed or unfocused, or you've lost your focus temporarily, what do you do?
It's happened, the fitness industry, the bodybuilding business, but I kind of take a step back and see where I started. I don't want to move back, or walk backwards, or take steps back. However, so I see that as, look, man, I've done this much. I've come here. Fucking keep moving forward. Just keep pushing through it. Once you break that barrier, it's like you keep going. And I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes, you know. That's why sometimes with my clients, you know, take before and after pictures, because sometimes you might not see the change, but then you see, man, wow, look where I was at and look where I'm at now, you know. So why do I want to go back here if I can keep moving forward and go, this would be my before now, not this one, you know. So it's kind of, I see myself that I've come a long way with my bodybuilding career. I've come a long way in my business, with my coaching, that I want to keep achieving more, and let's see where the next step is going to take me, you know.
Thank you, Jason. And for the viewer, thank you so much for all the questions and sharing with us your insights and your wins and some of the struggles and everything. I think the viewer will look at this interview and kind of see like really how you are, and the elegance and the simple ways to attack, keeping that mindset strong. Like your shirt says, always grinding, never satisfied. That really is. You know, this wasn't rehearsed. This wasn't a skit. This is really who you are. So I think the viewer's going to get that. So thank you for sharing. What do you? We promised you. What would you want to give the viewer that mentions this video for your gym here in Mercedes, Texas?
Well, if you're local here in the Mid Valley, the Mercedes area, La Feria, maybe Donna, Wesco, come by, check us out. You know, we'll give you a 7-day pass. I even, you know, knock down the waivement fee for you. But if you're looking for a facility where you really gonna want to lift, and you want to, you know, it's a workout place. It's you know, you got good people here. Everybody comes into the thing. No, it's not about, you know, socialization. It's not about, you know, having pizza days and